Good morning, crafty people. Happy Sunday morning, and thank you for joining me for my coffee and a card with Pretty and Paper Crafts. I have a lot of fun things to get through with you today. Good morning to everyone that's watching live. Thank you so much. I'll give more details towards the end of the video on how you can win my door prize. Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Kim. Kim, I just finished prepping your Panda Make and Take, so those will be on their way to you, and then your Tutti Frutti adhesives, I just placed that order today, and you will be getting those, but in the meantime, I gave you enough to make your Make and Take, so thank you guys. Let's talk about, for a real quick second, again, I'm going to go over my little Sale-A-Bration specials. This Sale-A-Bration is from January 3rd through March 31st. Lots of cool things happening during Sale-A-Bration. One is for every $50 you spend, you get a free product out of the Sale-A-Bration catalog. Again, if you don't have a Sale-A-Bration catalog, get a hold of me and I will send one to you. Happy to do so. Also, $25 extras in hostess rewards. Now, you don't have to host a private party, but you do have to have an order totaling $250. So if you and friends, or you and family, or you and a coworker want to put an order in combined that would reach you to $250, you'll get an extra $25 in rewards on top of the normal hostess rewards. And then also free stamp sets. So as always, the starter kit is the best deal in the catalog, and a lot of people don't really understand what a starter kit is. Basically, it is you pay $99 and shipping is free, and you get $125 worth of product. And that product is your choice, anything. It doesn't matter what it is, $125. $125 of product. You pay $99. Then you become a quote-unquote demonstrator. And that doesn't mean you have to do anything. You don't have to sell a product. You don't have to do classes. You don't have to do anything. But what it does mean is that you get 20% off on all of the product that you purchase for the next 3 months. And when I say 3 months is because to continue qualifying as an active demonstrator, you have to meet a minimum of $300 in sales every 3 months. So at the minimum, you're going to get 3 months at 20%. Then if you don't meet your minimums, you drop off. Oh well, no big deal. You can sign back up. You can take advantage of next year's Sale-A-Bration. It's totally up to you. But during Sale-A-Bration, they add an extra goodie into it. You get 2 free stamp sets of your choice out of the catalog. It's the best deal that they have ever. And then I am doing my little VIP event in April. It's going to be a blast, you guys. I'm going to have an amazing project for you guys to make for free. Food, fun, everybody's going home with a prize. It's going to be a blast. And the way that you can earn an invitation to that is by purchasing the starter kit, hosting a private class, or spending $150 between now and March 31st. So really cool, best time of the year, amazing sales. Okay, so I wanted to show you, I have a lot of things coming up in January. And one of the things I have is this, it's some people call it a sampler, some people call it a framed art piece. And then look, my little bow fell off. Of course, when I'm live on camera, my bow falls off. Okay, but I wanted to show you an up-close shot of this because with this project, you get a Wink of Stella pen. And a Wink of Stella pen looks like this, and it's basically glitter, like liquid glitter. And I don't know if you can really see all the glitter that's happening in this thing right now, but I pretty much have it everywhere. It just is beautiful. It adds a little pop of shine. I love sparkle and shine. Anytime I can get sparkle and shine. You'll also get a package of these glitter enamel dots. So these little dots here you can see are glitter enamel dots. And they're everywhere, and they're just gorgeous. So this is going to be a fun project. I'll show you how to make this. As you can see, I use a lot of the Petal Passion paper, Designer Series paper. It's beautiful. So that class is $35, and again, you get the Wink of Stella pen and the glitter enamel dots. And then I have my card class. This is my monthly card class, and I have designed 4 cards for you, and you'll make 8 total. You'll make 2 of each of these cards, and they are just so beautiful and so fun. I use blender pens. I use the glitter enamel dots, and a lot of this, I even colored the ribbon. I'll show you how to color the ribbon. Gorgeous. And this card class comes with an entire spool of the new ribbon, and it comes with an entire pack of the designer series paper. So that is an awesome deal, and that's $25. But if you bundle the frame, the art piece, and the cards, you'll get $10 off. So $50 total for both, and you'll get the spool of ribbon, the paper, the glitter enamel dots, and the Wink of Stella, and you'll come out with 8 cards and a beautiful framed piece of art. So deadline to sign up for those is the 10th, which is this Wednesday. So make sure you take advantage of that if you're interested and get registered. If you have questions on how to register, let me know. Okay, all right guys, I have to be honest with you. This is a Sale-A-Bration stamp set that I really just turned right past in the Sale-A-Bration catalog. I was like, not my style, don't love it. But Kara, my upline, she said, you know what? You're just gonna have to play with it. You're gonna have to just do it. Just bite the bullet and just play with it. I'm like, ugh, okay. So I sat down and I started playing with this stamp set, and let me tell you, I quickly fell in love with it. I can't believe the stuff that I was able to come up with. For example, this little rocker guitar card. I thought to myself, as soon as I saw the set, that, man, this is like a rock star's dream, right? You got guitars, you got headphones, you got sneakers, kind of hip. And so I immediately thought of this stamp set, which is called Marquee Messages, and it's in the annual catalog. And it has Party Like a Rock Star, and it has these cool little sparkles, and I thought that's going to be awesome. So I tried it out with this card, Party Like a Rock Star, down at the bottom. And I kind of did an ombre effect, and I'll show you how I did that, where I kind of combined all 3 colors. So we'll make that card first, and I will show you how to do that. Oh, and also, so the special for Facebook Live is if you place a $30 order by this Wednesday, you'll get all of the make and takes that we did today for free. So, good morning, Lisa. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so I've got my pieces here. You're gonna wanna start with a piece of cardstock cut at 5.5 by 8.5, and then you score it at 4.25. Okay, this is your base. And then you're gonna take a piece of your, of the Petal Palettes Designer Series paper, and you're gonna cut that at 1 inch by 5.5. Okay, and that's gonna be down at the bottom here. Then you need a basic black, and I don't even have the measurements for it here. It's 3 7/8 by 3 3/8. Okay, and then this is 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. So there's pretty much, well, no, you need this little piece here. This is 3/4 by 2 inches. So you just need those pieces to make your card. And the first thing we're gonna do is stamp our little guitar. Our guitar is so cool. All right, and I've got 3 different colors I thought went really well together. Terry, it sounds like this stamp set is perfect for your family. Got rockers and musicians. Okay, so the colors I'm using: Dapper Denim, Lemon Lime Twist, and Emerald Envy. And I'm gonna put them in order that I use them on the card so I don't get it mixed up. Okay, so here's my little card so you can see. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna basically stamp the guitar 3 times in 3 different colors, and I'm gonna have to get my scrubbing pad wet so I can clean out the stamp. All right, so first is Lemon Lime Twist. Okay, and then I gotta clean it off. Oh, left the guitar behind. A lot of people don't put their images on the stamps because they say it doesn't stick to the blocks very well. But I actually take the time and put some liquid, some of this liquid Tombow glue on the stamp images and let it dry completely, and then it has a tacky, kind of sticky back to it, and it does hold on the stamping block pretty well. Okay, and so now I've got I'm stamping an Emerald Envy right next to my Lemon Lime. All right, and then Dapper Denim. I kind of like love all three of these colors almost equally. Okay, so there you go. Now I've got my 3 guitars. And if you're a perfectionist, I'm so sorry, because I totally did not do that perfectly. But so what I'm doing now is I've closed the lid back on my ink pad and I'm squishing it. And what that does is it leaves a little bit of ink in the lid, because I'm going to need that to color in my image. I'm using the blender pen to color it in. And so I need these little circles of ink on the lid. Just makes it really easy to color with the blender pen. Okay, so I've got my blender pen, and this pretty much picks up any of the ink that you're using and kind of makes it like a marker. So it's pretty fun. You just kind of pick up some of that ink, and then you just, just color away. And I am like not an expert colorer. I mean, I've been practicing like with our blends, because, I never can do anything right the first time. So I'm practice. But like the shading techniques and it's like, where would the natural shading be and stuff like that. So I'm trying out different techniques, and let me tell you, I'm far from perfect on this, but I wanted to take a minute while I'm coloring, you guys watch me color, and tell you kind of my Stampin' Up! Story. Because it's kind of spans over the length of a long time. So I have some wonderful coworkers and slash friends. They're my #1 fans, and they're supportive of me from day one. Oh, look at my coloring skills. And they were into Stampin' Up! A lot longer than I was, and they make beautiful cards, and I get gorgeous cards on my birthday and gorgeous cards at Christmas, and they just wowed me with their talents. And I thought, that looks awesome. I want to do what they do. And they invited me to one of their Stampin' like host clubs that they had at the time. And what that is basically is so you take like 6 people and you commit to meeting, 6 times during the year. And everybody places a $25 order, and there's a different, a person gets all the hostess rewards for that month. So it's different every month, and everybody gets a chance at the rewards. So I tried it out, and man, oh man, you guys, you should have seen, like, I am nowhere near perfect right now, but I was scary back then. Like, it was bad. So I remember the first time I used a Big Shot. And it was I was at this demonstrator's house, and she was, we were doing the cards, and we had to use the Big Shot, and it started crackling and popping, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm breaking this lady's tool, and it's going to cost me a lot of money to replace it. I was like so scared, and they're like, no, it's normal. But I would just cringe. It scared me. But it's funny now, because I don't even think about it now, but okay. So anyways, that was over 10 years ago when I did my first Stampin' Up! Party, and I tell you, like, my cards were scary, and of course I didn't own any tools, and I said, okay, what do I need to get? And they helped me like figure out what you need to order first, and I guess 10 years go by, and I have all these card supplies, and I make cards for birthdays and stuff, and just kind of did it on the side, and it was kind of fun. And then me and a girlfriend, we got together, and we decided, we'll just craft together, just like on the weekends, once a month or something. It'll be fun, and we'll come up with cards to make. And then we decided, well, one of us should probably sign up so we can get the discount, so we can actually like get more product, and it'll be cheaper. And so I talked my husband into it, and then in June, not June of last, well, June of, yeah, was it June? No, It's been a year. It's been a year and a half now since I signed up. And so we did it just to get the discount. So me and my girlfriend, we just, you know, would place orders when we needed things, and that's all that was. And then I found out that I signed up under a lady who actually lives just down the street from me. Her name is Cara Payson. And she calls me up and she's like, hi, you know, thank you for signing up, but did you realize we're neighbors? And I'm like, no, we actually live 5 houses down from each other, and we have the exact same floor plan of our houses, which is kind of creepy. And so she started inviting me to her classes. So me and my girlfriend, we went to one of her classes, and I sat there and I thought, man, I can do this. Like, I could totally throw a party, you know, and try to earn some free product. And so I did. I just kind of, you know, threw caution to the wind and thought, okay, I can do this, and just invited people, and people showed up, and people were excited, and they were just amazing supporters. And I guess the rest is history, because I kind of it just kind of grew. Like, I loved the feeling. I loved getting the free product. And so I told my husband, hey, I kind of want to do this. Like, this is like my dream job, you know? And my husband's like, you have a full-time job. And I'm like, I know, but this is so much more fun than my full-time job. So it's kind of been this like contagious like thing that I just love. And of course I couldn't do it without my friends and the people that have been supporting me. So that's pretty much my Stampin' Up! Story, and I'm just going to continue to grow and continue to, you know, share what I love, and, you know, and thank those that have been supporting me from day one. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for letting me do what I love to do and helping me grow in stamping, because I'm telling you, I'm so different from what I was in day one. Okay, so as you can see, I used this kind of the speckled accent stamp. Just to kind of speckle the background, and I stamped it in emerald green, is same color as the cardstock. That's kind of a cool thing. I like doing that. It just kind of gives it this darker kind of shade to it, and that's all it is. It's just really cool. And then I put the black base cardstock behind the guitar image. So there I have that. All right, let me show you how I did the Party Like a Rock Star, kind of in an ombre. Can you guys see that? This ombre type style. It's not all one color. And basically how you do that is you're gonna kind of roll the stamp in the different inks. So start with your lightest color, because you don't want to ruin your stamp pad, your ink pad. Okay, so I've started with my lemon lime, which is my lighter color. And then I'm going to kind of roll in emerald embry, not too much. I just did kind of a quick roll. And then again, roll in dapper denim. So it's going to kind of, and it's never going to be the same. Each time is going to be different. So let's see what this time brings. And then I got to find my little piece of paper. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I've got my piece of paper. I've got my Party Like a Rock Star. And if you see my hand shaking, don't worry, it's nothing serious. Oh, see? So it came out kind of dark, and it's got a little pop of lemon lime, but kind of cool. Fun. Every time is a surprise. But yeah, my hands are kind of shaky, and my arms are in a lot of pain, because yesterday was Arms Day. My husband has kind of kicked us back in gear with the working out, and we did an intense workout yesterday in our arms, and I can't hardly move or lift my arms today, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, I'm healthy otherwise, guys. It's just my muscles are like, ah. Okay, so doesn't that look kind of cool? Kind of party. Okay, and then I added my little silver sequin here. These are metallic enamel shapes. They come in silver and gold, and I just used a silver star, and I just placed that just kind of in the corner here. You could put it anywhere you want. You could put more than one, put them all over. And then I used dimensionals to put down my guitars. That is just kind of to add a little bit more dimension. I love dimensionals. You guys know that I'm addicted to these things, but I think it just adds dimension to cards, and it's fun. So I got my I find the back of these little dimensionals everywhere. They stick to me and they come in contact with my clothing, and then they transfer to the couch and to the kitchen and to the bath. I found them in the bathroom before. Oh, before I put that down, I need to lay down my strip. So yeah, those little dimensional backings. I don't know how I'm ever gonna get rid of all those things. They're like dog and cat hair to me now. All right, so laying that down at the bottom of my card. Just used adhesive runner to lay that down. Now I've got my guitar. I'm gonna kind of angle it. I don't like things straight normally. I like things kind of off-centered and kiltered a little bit. And then my Party Like a Rock Star, I'm gonna put a little bit adhesive at the top, but I'm also gonna put a dimensional at the bottom. Can you see that? Did I do that off camera? So I've got adhesive at the top, dimensional at the bottom, because I kind of gonna have a piece sticking to the guitar itself, but then I also have this piece here. So there you have it. Cute and simple. Took me just a few minutes to make. It'd be great for a teenager, anybody that's like in music, you know, any kind of musician. So very cute. Love that card. So there's the first one. All right, the second one I cased, and I can't remember the name of the person I cased it from, but it's an adorable card, and it's perfect for any girl rocker you have in your life, a teenager, and I happen to have one. She's a musician. She plays the cello, and I also have a saxophone player. So I have two musicians in my little entourage here. So we're going to be using Melon Mambo. And I love Melon Mambo. It's a fun color. And then basic black. And I'm kind of into this like black and white with a pop of color thing. I don't know. It's kind of popular right now, and I'm right on in with the trend. I like it. I'm just cleaning off my stamps here because I hate when the ink dries on them and then they get stained. So I'm just cleaning those off. Okay, so basically how we make this card is you want to use a piece of thick Whisper White cardstock as your base, because it's a little bit thicker than the normal Whisper White cardstock, and it just makes for really sturdy, nice cards. Okay, and so I have that, and then I again use the Petal Palettes Designer Series paper. It's black and white. It's very fun. I love the polka dots, and I love the stripes, as you can see. The Petal Palettes is fun because it's kind of a blank canvas. You can color in the dots, you can do watercoloring, you can do all kinds of fun things. All right, so then you have your piece that's going to be your banner. I'm going to put You're Awesome here, and I backed it with Melon Mambo cardstock. Okay, and then you need 3 squares, and the squares measure 1.5 by 1.5. So you need 3 of those. And then you need a piece of cardstock, and this piece measures at 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. Okay, and this piece measures at 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so how we do this is pretty simple, actually. We're going to just stamp the images on our squares and then color them in. So we've got our guitar, which is going to be, all of them are going to be stamped in basic black, and then you're going to color them in. So you've got your guitar, and you can see most of the image is kind of off the square. So it doesn't really matter how you put it on there. It's totally up to you. Okay, and then you've got your sneakers. I love these sneakers. These are just really cool the way they are. I don't know. I really like that. Does it kind of have like an 80s feel? Does it feel like I'm bringing the 80s back? That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. And then you've got the headphones. What teenager doesn't have a pair of headphones nowadays? They've got their Beats wrapped around their heads all the time. Half the time I talk to my children and they can't even hear me because they have got their headphones in, or their headphones on. All right, so I've got my 3 images. And again, I'm gonna use my handy dandy blender pen to color in my images. And I just, again, squish my ink pad. Good morning, Evelyn. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful Sunday. Even though over here in Washington State, or actually in the Tri-Cities, it's really foggy right now. But at least that's better than like freezing rain. So I'm just coloring in my image. I love these blender pens. Really kind of means you can have a marker of any color that you need. I probably should get mine replaced though. I think after a while they kind of dry out, and mine are probably at that point. Okay, so I've got my pink. I'm going to do all my pink at once. So I've colored my guitar as much pink as I want, and then I've got my shoe here. And it doesn't really, I mean, you color it the way you want it. But even I played, I'll show you some other cards I made. I played with like watercolors. This is really fun with like watercolor because, you know, you don't have to stay in the lines with watercolor. That's why I kind of like watercolor. My pink is a little bit darker now, so I'm kind of going back over my lighter pink area. But watercolor is fun because you don't have to stay in the lines on purpose. I like that. Because I can't even keep my hands steady. My muscles are so sore, guys. It's kind of funny. Tried to put my hair up in a ponytail this morning, and I'm like, I don't know if this is going to happen. And we kind of made it a family affair, so we had the kids lifting weights and stuff, and it was kind of fun. But yeah, we're all hurting today, that's for sure. I think a soak in the bathtub is calling my name this morning. I need it. All right, I'm not a fast colorer, as you guys can see. I don't have a steady hand, so bear with me. I'm almost done. The headphones are the quickest. But I am going to add a little bit of gray as kind of an accent. So, I mean, you can do all kinds of fun colors with these, like, you know, that, like the lemon lime. I love the lemon lime. So much fun. But really, any kid's going to love getting one of these cards. Even adults. I would love getting one of these cards. Okay, so I've done that, and then I am going to use my blender pen. My blender pen. My blends. My Stampin' Blends for the gray. And I'm using the light smoky slate. And I'm just going to color in the shoelaces of the shoe. I'm just going quick. I normally would be a little bit more perfect than this, but okay. And I'm just going to color in my guitar. Add some gray to it. And then my headphones. There we go. Totally not staying in the lines, but that's okay. All right, so there we go. Now let's just put this card together. Oh, I gotta stamp my "You're awesome," huh? Okay, just kidding. One more stamp. "You're awesome," which is in the stamp set. And I'm just gonna, again, use that Melon Mambo. Look at my hands, you guys. I've got ink everywhere. I'm a messy stamp. Oh, I don't like that. That's crooked. Good thing there's two sides to every paper, huh? All right, stay straight, guys. I hope that's better. Oh, that's better. Okay. All right. And then we just glue. We just glue everything down. So I'll show you how I put that together real quick. So you've got your base, and you have your designer series paper. This paper is just so cool, and it's got two sides. And here we go. Put that down, and then we're going to put our base down, our white. I love Stampin' Up! Runner because You can get the, you know, kind of knockoff of this runner in the craft stores, but this stuff like holds forever. And that's why it's worth it to me to get it through Stampin' Up, because it's just stronger. And your cards that you give people aren't going to fall apart. They're going to last. So I've got my stripe. I'm putting that vertically right here off to the side. And then I've got my Melon Mambo back to my You're Awesome. Which side did I like? Oh yeah, this one. So I've got that in the back there. You're Awesome. And I'm just going to glue that straight down. No dimensionals. But don't worry, I'm using dimensionals, just not on this. So I just put that, I lined it up with the side, and I glued that down. Okay, and now I'm going to put dimensionals on my little squared images. Okay. So again, if you place a $30 order by Wednesday and you use the hostess code, you will get all of these make and takes for free. And then if you spent $20 more, you're going to get a free stamp set, and you could get this stamp set. So that, I mean, you've got 3 projects from today that you can make with your free stamp set. And you won't even need to buy any of the paper or anything, because I will send it directly to you. So you'll have everything you need to make these projects, except the ink and glue. But we're going to talk about that in a minute, because I have a door prize for you guys. You have to be live to hear how you're going to win that. So, got my little dimensionals on here, and just kind of space them out a little bit. I'm probably off, because I usually will space them out before I glue them down, but I didn't this time. I'm just winging it and praying it all works out. Okay, and there you go, guys. Look at that. Gorgeous. That's project number 2. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Amber. Thank you guys for joining me. Good morning. Okay, so that's number 2. And number 3, oh my gosh, you guys, oh, freaking out. Look at this cute star box. Is that not the coolest thing ever? I'm going to show you how fun and amazing this is to make. And unfortunately, there aren't star framelits from Stampin' Up, but there are, I just printed off a template online, and I got my star. And I'll give you guys the website for the stars. But I just printed them off on cardstock and cut them out and just used them as templates. And I traced out my stars in the colors that I wanted. So today I'm using Bermuda Bay, which is my blue, and basic black with some white. So I've got, I spared you guys having to see me trace and cut, so I got those prepped already. And then I have, so what you're gonna need to do is basically get some strips of the Bermuda Bay, or whatever color you're gonna use to make your star. And you're going to need to score it and make 10 different panels. And you need 10 because there's 10 sides to the star. And you can make a star any size you want. All you need to know is their measurement from the center of the star to the tip, because that is going to tell you how large your panels need to be. And my star is about an 1.5 inches, so just make sure that you know the measurement of your star. So how this works, let me kind of clear up my space a little bit. So you take your strip of cardstock and you cut it at 2 inches, 2 inches by 11, right? Long ways, okay. And then you're going to do some scoring, and you need 10 panels, and the first score line you need to do at the 1/2 inch mark. So you have like a tab. You need a tab at the end. So there's your 1/2 inch mark. So then I just kind of flip it over, and I'm measuring to my 1.5. I'm going to do it slightly smaller than 1.5 because I don't want it to go over the edges. So I'm going to go down to 1.25. And I'm going to score there. So that's one panel. Now I need to move that score line to 1.25 and score again. That's 2, And we just need to keep count. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and I'm not going to be able to get all of them on one, but that's okay. We got 8. Okay, and I'm not quite done with this because I need to score it long ways at 1/2 inch as well. Score. Okay, so now I've got, how many did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8. I'm off. I think I scored off here. Let me measure this real quick. 1 1/4. 1 1/4. 1 1/4. It's kind of hard to keep track of where you're, oh, see. Gosh, now all of them are going to be off. 1 1/4. It's okay. 1 1/4. So you get one off and then they're all off. Of course I do it on live. Okay, and then I need to score this at a 1/2 inch. I'm just going to trim this off. Okay, so you're going to score all your lines. And don't mind those ones that I doubled. Those are not right. Okay, so I did that just so that I know which ones are right. Okay. All right, so then the next, so I did, how many did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 2 more. So I have this smaller piece, and I've got to score it a 1/2. And then I'm doing 1 1/4. 1 1/4. So that's 9 and 10. And that's all I need. And I'm actually just going to cut that off at 1 1/4. Okay, so now I've got 2 panels, and I'm basically just going to add that to the end of my other panel. So I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, the next set of 10, you have to do it twice, and the next set of 10 has to be slightly bigger. Good morning, Pam from Michigan. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so I'm showing everybody how to make this star box, okay? So the second panel has to be slightly bigger so that it can go over the first set, okay? So this one, so the one I did at 1 1/4, I'm gonna do it 1 3/8 now, okay? So pray for me because obviously I struggled with the first one and now I have to do 1 3/8. Oh boy. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 1 3/8. Here we go. Lining up my score line with it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I'm not going to make it quite to 8. So I'm going to go down to the 1/2 and I'm going to cut it there so that I have a tab at the end. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need 3 more. So I'm going to use my other strip. Oh, forgot a step. I have to score it at the 1 or the 1/2 inch longwise because I need a little tab at the end. I'll show you what that's for. So I've got my score line. And I don't think I did it on this little piece either, so I'll do that real quick. Okay, so that's, got to keep those separate, okay? And then I've got my last piece here, scored at a 1/2, and I turn it around and I use that score line as my guide, so I'm scoring at 1 3/8. Move the score line up to 1 3/8 and score again. Move it up. Score again. Oh, I only needed 3, huh? 1, 2, 3. Goodness, where's my head? Did I do 7? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I needed 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then I just need to cut it off with a 1/2 inch. Okay, so score that. Get my cutter blade out of the way. Score that at 1/2 inch. All right, so now I have my 2 sets of tabs, or 2 sets of panels, I guess you should call them. These are my slightly bigger panels, so I'm going to do the smaller ones first. And we need to do some cutting, but I'm going to make it a little bit easier on myself. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to hit the camera there. But I'm going to put my tearing tape down first. You could also use fast fuse. Just make sure you use a strong adhesive when you're building these, building 3D boxes and things, because you want them to hold. And you need a strong adhesive for that. Okay. So now that I've got my adhesive, I'm not taking the sticky strip off yet. I'm still burnishing all my lines, and I've got my lines folded. Okay. And then I'm going to do some trimming. So I'm going to trim this edge off here, this kind of square at the end. I don't need that. And I actually want to do it at a diagonal, like so, because when I build my box, I don't want those straight edges. So at every score line, I'm going to cut a triangle. And make them steep triangles. Because you're going to see when we put it together that they can kind of get in the way of each other. So you want it steep. I probably could have scored it like the 1/4 inch instead of the 1/2 inch, but then it makes it more difficult to use the tabs. And I'm not peeling the tearing tape yet. But putting it on there made it easy because I could do it in one long strip. And I'm just cutting this tab off at the end too. So it looks like this. I'll throw away my scraps. And then I need to adhere my second piece. So I've got 8 tabs here, and I've got 2 more here to make it 10. I'm just going to glue this down. I'm going to use fast fuse. And I'm going to glue that down right on top. And then I've got to put my tearing tape out here at the end. I don't need it on that little tab at the end because that's just going to get cut off. I'm going to cut it at an angle. It doesn't have to be perfect at the bottom because it's not going to be seen. It's going to be hidden. So I'll show you how we put those together. I got to take all these backings off of the adhesive. And I'm going to take the base of my star. And I actually need to cut off one of the tabs at the end because I only need one tab, and that's going to have the adhesive on it. So I'm going to put fast fuse at the end. Oh, come on. Okay. All right, so I have my base star, okay? And basically I'm going to start with this end, and I'm starting at one of the star arms. And basically let's see, how am I going to do this best? Okay, so I'm going to figure out the angle that I need to line it up. It's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. Okay, so I've started my star. So I stuck it down. Okay, and then I'm going to keep going. Panel by panel. I gotta bring it in a little bit. Panel by panel. And you're just gonna start building the walls of your star. Okay, and again, I said it's not gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be a box, and it's gonna be freaking amazing. So my hands are kind of probably in the way. You can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm just building the walls of my star. Okay, so I've got a couple more tabs to do. There's one, and here's my last one, and I'm just going to glue it, line it up so it glues into the inside. There you go. There's the bottom piece of my box. Cool, right? Okay, so before I build the top piece, I actually need to do my stamping and kind of gluing and everything first, because once your box is formed, then you're not going to have a sturdy surface. So rather than cut out the smallest star to make my Here's to an Epic Celebration. I'm just going to use my template that I cut out for it. I figure there's no point. It's just cardstock. So I just flipped it over, and I need to stamp the Here's to an Epic Celebration. Now, if you place your order and you get the make and takes for free, I will cut out the stars for you, so you don't have to worry about that. But I will give you the link to the template that I used, so you'll have it for future use. But I will cut those stars out for you, so you don't have to worry about that. Stars are pretty easy to cut, right? There's just 5 arms, and there's straight lines. Okay, so I'm using the Here's to an Epic Celebration out of the Epic Celebration stamp set. I'm just centering it on the star, and voila. Okay, and then I have a strip of that striped paper from the Petal Palettes Designer Series paper, and I love that paper. And I'm actually going to use my triple banner punch to make the edges at a V. And then it's so easy to use. I just like to use it upside down and see where I'm punching. I slid it right into the little section that it has, because this is 1 inch. This is 1 inch by, let me tell you what that is, 1 inch by 4 1/4. Slide that in, punch the corner, slide it in. Let's see. How long do I want that? Okay, that's probably good. So there we go. Now I've got a cool little banner to put behind my star. And then I used some of the new ribbon out of the Sale-A-Bration catalog. Did you know that there's a pack of 3 beautiful spools of glittery ribbon in the Sale-A-Bration catalog? You can get that as one of your free items if you don't want a stamp set, but you want some beautiful ribbon instead. You can get that. So I just cut 2 strips of that to put behind my star. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the stamping later. I'm gonna glue down these pieces, and then I can do that piece at the end. So I've got my star, and I'm going to glue down my black, slightly smaller star to that. Okay. So there that goes. And then I'm going to glue my little banner down. Just put that right about so in the center. Okay, and then I'm gonna lay these guys kind of crisscross, and I need my dimensionals. And I'm gonna put a dimensional down to hold these guys in place, and they'll actually stick to my star. So I'm peeling that off. Can you guys see? I'm not very good about keeping it in frame. So here we go. So here's to an Epic Celebration. Okay, so now I've got that ready to go. So now we're going to do the top piece, and we're just going to basically do the exact same thing we did to the bottom piece, but remember it's slightly bigger, so that it goes over the top box. So we've got the 2 pieces. They're all scored at slightly bigger than 1 1/4. And we need to fold all of our lines. You can use a bone folder to get a nice crisp fold. You fold away from the indentation. So if it goes in, then you fold it. It makes nice crisp lines. And we need to glue one of our tabs down to one of these panels, and I actually need to trim that away. So we only need 1 tab. Oops, keep hitting the camera. Sorry, guys. All right, so I've got that glued down. Not very straight, but there we go. Okay. And I need to keep folding these edges. There's so many cool sets, you guys. So many cool sets to play with, and not enough time in the day to play with them. And it pains me because I just want to play with them all. And I don't know what it is, but I have been so inspired lately and just crafting like a crazy lady. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I love it. I love that I'm able to do that on the weekends. My children are older. You know, they let me have a few hours of peace here and there. I do get up pretty early. You guys know I'm an early bird. And I love waking up when the rest of the house is still asleep and crafting. I'm trying to cut through like 2 layers of paper and 2 layers of adhesive there. But yeah, the fact that I have the ability to do what I love on the weekends and still have a full-time job and, you know, have events designed for you guys to get together and have fun. Like, that's what the stamping thing is all about. Like, it really is not just about the stamping, because you don't have to be good at this, because I am far from good. It's like, it's that feeling of coming together and doing things, you know, and sharing your love of it with other people and them loving it right on back. It's a great feeling. This is definitely about people. If I didn't have you guys watching and so I can share these awesome projects with you, like, it just wouldn't be the same. So thank you guys for waking up early on Sunday and watching me make these fun projects. I was just so excited about the star. That's what I see when I see this stamp set, was just stars, right? Like, I love it. All right, so I need my top piece. If I can grab it without hitting the camera. All right, so now we're gonna be building our top piece, and I'm just going to start at a point and start building my walls. Can you guys hear that? That's my stomach growling. My goodness. Usually I'm not hungry for breakfast, but apparently today I'm like, feed me. What are you guys gonna have for breakfast today? Or are you eating breakfast while you watch me craft? Is that why my stomach's growling? Because you guys are eating? I don't know. Can you guys see that? That I'm just building the walls. I'm just zigzagging across the arms, just sticking down the adhesive. And then my last piece, gotta tuck back behind there and fold it and glue it. And then everything's gonna come together in a big wow way. And you just whoop, pop that right on top. Look at that, it's the cutest gift box ever. I love it. Okay, well, we're not done. Trust me, we're not done. You know, I've got to add. Oh, Lisa, it's lunchtime. Okay, so I've skipped breakfast. No wonder I'm hungry. Okay, so I need Mementos ink for this because I'm going to be coloring with my blends and I don't want the colors to run. So I've got my Mementos ink and I've got my guitar, and we're actually going, there's no framelits for this set. You heard me right, no framelits. We're going to fussy cut this. So I just have a scrap of Whisper White and stamp my guitar, okay? And then I of course wanted to have my headphones because they're so hip and cool. And whoever I'm gonna give this to is gonna be hip and cool also. So we've got to stamp headphones. Okay, and now we're gonna color with our blends. So I used one of my favorite colors, as you can see, because I used it for the entire project, is the Bermuda Bay. Thank you for making a blend Stampin' Up! That's Bermuda Bay, my most favorite color. Okay, and I'm going to just color my guitar. And I'm trying to remember how I think I even used like Wink of Stella on this one and made it glittery, kind of. I don't know if you can really see. Oh yeah, you can on the guitar. Look at that glitter. You know, like, because guitars kind of have that shimmery look, some of those electric guitars. So I did kind of a shimmer look, and I'll do that on this one too so you can see. So I'm just coloring. Am I using the light? Yeah, I am using the light. Okay. And there's a fine tip to this, and then there's a brush tip. And I'm using the fine tip right now. Probably quicker with the brush tip. But I drew in, because you can overlap these colors. So I came back in with the gray over top of it. I think I want the gray on my guitar strings this time. So you just can, I mean, you can even use it to like shade. So I'm learning about shading. And these pens are kind of like magic. That you can just add shades and shades and shades of color. It's just crazy. So there's my guitar, and then I've got my headphones here, and I'm just looking at how I colored my first one. So I've got the headphone, the gray circle here. It doesn't matter. Just color to your heart's content. So got my gray here, and the rest is blue. And the fine tip's nice because I can sort of stay in the lines if my arms weren't shaking so bad. Ugh. My husband's gonna make us run today. And I've been battling like a cold, so just like probably is not good for me, but you know, we make these stupid New Year's resolutions. And by golly, he's gonna help me stick to mine. All right. So now you get to watch me fussy cut. Okay? Lots of water. Yes, Lisa, lots of water. And I am really good about drinking water when I'm at work, and horrible about drinking water when I'm at home. But I reassure you that I've had already 2 cups of coffee this morning to wake me up. You guys, okay, I don't know if you can hear that, but my weirdo cat is scratching at the door because God forbid I have the door closed on him and he wants to get inside. But you know what? Like if I had that door open, and isn't it always the way it is? But if I had that door open, he wouldn't care and he wouldn't want to come inside. But because I have him locked out, he's scratching at my door. He's the weirdest cat. He also, I don't know if you guys saw this, a long ways back, I shared a photo of him eating my foam. He ate my foam scrubbing, or not scrubbing, but the foam mat that comes with the Stampin' brush, the bristle brush that helps clean out the pieces from the Big Shop. He chewed that up to bits and pieces. He will get my ribbon and break it. He bites it. He's just like the most destructive, stupid cat I've ever owned. And he's my daughter's cat. And I cannot stand him. And I can't sleep with the door open anymore because the only time he wants to cuddle is in the middle of the night when everyone's sleeping. So, he's awesome and definitely worth the adoption fee I paid for him. Not. Okay, so I want this piece. Careful when you stab through this because the scissors are sharp, especially if you use Stampin' Up! Scissors. The ends are very sharp. I have stabbed myself before, so be careful. Probably shouldn't be doing any cutting with my weak arms, but it's ridiculous. I lift weights and now I can't move. Okay, so there's my headphones. And, oh, I wanted to show you how I use the Wink of Stella to make it glittery. So I got my Wink of Stella pen. And you don't want to squeeze very hard. You don't need to squeeze hard at all. And you just get that glitter. This is the pen you get when you do my class. You do my framed art piece because we're going to glitter up everything. Yay, glitter guitar. Do we want, no, we won't glitter those. Just the guitar. We want the guitar to stand out. So I've got all these scraps. I'm going to move those out of the way and I'm going to get my little dimensionals. Oh, look at that. Speak of the cat, I think I got cat hair stuck to my dimensional. Oh, actually this piece needs to be moved down because the guitar end isn't stuck all the way up. Okay, so I just kind of put this off to the center. Do you see? Let's see. I think right about there's good. And then put my little headphones on. And I guess it kind of matters where, if it's coming off. Where do I want this guy? So is my dimensional, Let's see, I'll just put them down at the bottom. That should be enough to hold it. And I'm just going to put that right about there. And voila, you guys, look. Cutest little box ever. And it goes, I mean, you fill that with chocolates or a little necklace or whatever your little gift will be. And then you add it with one of these awesome cards. I've got these cards here. You can combine it with one of these cards. You can even make it Bermuda Bay to match the box. There's so many fun things you can do with this card or with this stamp set. I want to show you a couple more things that I made with it. Here's the stamp set again. I was inspired by my daughter. She's turning 15 this month. And so I made her this birthday card, and it just says happy 15th birthday. And I used the number of years framelits to cut out the 15 after I did the watercoloring, and then I glued it back on. So it's layered, and it's kind of hard to see, but it's kind of there popping up. It's kind of cool. All right, again, I told you guys I was inspired by stars, so here's another card with the stars, and I used the sneakers kind of as a background, stamped those and colored those in as like a designer series paper, and then I did my little gray guitar, so I did that one. And then this one I'm telling you is like the wow, okay? And I can't take credit for this, but I was thinking in my head like, okay, those shoelaces, those shoes, wouldn't it be cool to make a shoelace card? So look at this guy. I actually laced up the paper, and this, now I'm going to want to know the name of it, this stitched edge ribbon that's in the annual catalog looks to me like a shoelace. Is that not the coolest thing? So it's just tied up like shoes, and then I did a little shoe there in the circle. Not my idea, but a brilliant idea, something that I wanted to find, and I actually found it on Pinterest, and I cased it. But an adorable, adorable card. You guys, there are so many fun things you can do with this. I would love, if you end up getting this stamp set, please share with me. Post pictures on my page. I love seeing what you guys create. So please share if you use Epic Celebrations. Again, place that order. You'll get all these make and takes, all 3 of them. You'll get the guitar Party Like a Rock Star. You'll get the You're Awesome, and you'll get the Epic box. You'll get all 3 of those make and takes. If you spend $20 more, you can get the stamp set for free, or any of the sets that are in the Sale-A-Bration catalog for free. If you have questions, let me know. If there's something that you want to see, or you have questions on a technique, let me know. Oh, and speaking of techniques, guys, I have this new technique series. I wanted to explain this to you guys a little bit. I don't want to show you. I already sent a little sneak peek, but I'm doing a watercolor technique in January. Basically how this class goes is I'm going to be recording videos, and I'll be sending those videos out to this club every month by the 25th of the month. You have until the 15th to join this club, and there's no commitment. You can sign up for some months and not for others, but if you sign up for all 6 months, you'll get $25 in free product, shopping spree from me, and just in time for the new catalog in June that's releasing. So it's going to teach you 4 different watercolor techniques. You'll get all of the make and takes, all the embellishments, everything cut out for you to do and follow along with me. I'm going to show you how to use the aqua painter. I'm going to show you how to use the inks and watercolor paper. It's going to be a really, really fun class. And the neat thing about it is you get to place your order and order whatever product you want. Like, let's say you already have the watercolor pencils. You don't want that. Well, you can spend that money on something else that you do want, but you can still get the videos. So you have to spend $34 and use the hostess code. Not this hostess code. There's a different hostess code, and I don't have it with me. But you use that hostess code, and you'll get the make and takes to make these cards, and the video, and I have an extra surprise project for you. It's going to be the wow project. So I have a suggested supply list that you can purchase to make, to duplicate and make these cards, like the aqua painters and the watercolor paper and the watercolor pencils, but it's just suggested. You can purchase whatever product you want. Has to equal $34, and then you get the class kit and the videos, and I will email those videos to you on the 25th. Your class kits will be mailed out by the 20th, and I'm going to follow that same deadline kind of process each month. So February's technique, You have to the 15th to place your qualifying order. Then on the 20th, I will ship out the kits, and then the 25th, you'll get an email with the videos showing you the techniques. So I'm going to try that out for 6 months and see what you guys think. If there's techniques that you want to see, let me know. I don't have all 6 months planned out yet, so there is room for me to add things that you guys actually want to learn. But I hope that you will find those helpful and actually like take your projects to the next level. So yeah, lots of fun things to choose from in January. Thank you guys for tuning in. Oh, gosh, I was going to end the video and not even tell you about the door prize. Okay, door prize. So my door prize this month is these cute 3 Stampin' Dots. Now, Stampin' Dots are just little mini ink pads, and if you'll notice, that's 3 out of the 5 different colors that I used for my projects. I used Dapper Denim, I used Emerald Envy, and I used Melon Mambo. So someone is going to get all 3 of these little Stampin' Ink dots. All you need to do is make sure that you have commented in my video while we're live, and that will enter you into the drawing. And then I'll draw a winner and announce that on my Facebook page. Watch for that, and then you're going to get these ink dots, and that will just make it that much easier to replicate those cute projects that you saw. The Emerald Envy and the Dapper Denim were used in this card, and the Melon Mambo was used in this card. So you'll actually have the ink dots that you need to make those in case you didn't have the colors already. Ink dots are fun. This is how I started out. This is all I owned when I started Stampin' Up. I had purchased some ink dots and a couple blocks and 1 stamp set, and that was it. So that's awesome, Amanda. Please share your star box. I want to see your finished product and what you came up with. I love when people are creating and crafting and sharing, so please share with me. All right, so that's it for me today, guys. Again, make sure you've commented so I can get you entered into the door prize drawing, and have a fabulous week. I can't wait to show you what next week's is. It's going to be another Sale-A-Bration set, so stay tuned. Join me again next Sunday, and thank you. Love you guys. Bye-bye.